everyone. Welcome to our Did You Know today. This is one, and I keep saying this, but we love asking our audience as far as what topics you all want to learn more about and hear and see. And today we are discussing client onboarding, and I think it is applicable for a number of reasons, but I don't know if you guys heard, but FMG won this award this year. We're honored. We are a practice management solutions provider of the year from Wealth Solutions. So that's one we're really proud about. And so we're like, hey, we should talk a lot more about client onboarding and that practice, your procedures and what you have going on, because there are so many resources that live inside the FMG dashboard platform that you all can use. And so I just want to start out with that. But today we are discussing client onboarding made easy. How can we build trust? How can we wrap our arms around our clients and prospects and make them feel like $1 million and allow you to do what it is you're good at? So I am Elise Lambert, Director of Product and Enterprise Marketing here at FMG. I am coming to you live from Fort Worth, Texas. But one of my favorite things is getting to hear where you all are from. So in the chat, I would love for this to be interactive. Our chat is one of my favorite features because you all can share ideas. But first and foremost, tell me where you're coming in from. Jody, you knew what we were starting with. You know the question I start with every single time. Welcome, everyone. Oh my gosh, it's going so quickly. This is so exciting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just saw Weatherford in there. That's exciting. I was just there this past weekend. But Michigan, Missouri, Boston, Georgia, Wisconsin, Philadelphia, welcome everyone. We are delighted. And of course, housekeeping, this recording will be sent afterwards. There is a lot of really great content we have in here. So I encourage you to take screenshots, pull up your phone, whatever it is, but also do not worry because we will be sharing this afterwards. So look out for that email. We have a really fun giveaway today that I'm excited, and a little, and some really fun resources. And so I encourage everyone to log in, follow along. I think it's okay if you are multitasking because let's make the best use of this 30 minutes. And of course, if the chat is too much for you, feel free to minimize it. And if you have any specific questions, right, maybe it's more of a support question or something specific to you, feel free to put those into the Q&A section and submit those as a question, and we will do our best. I have my amazing team with me alongside, so we are going to address those as they come up. And if you missed last month's Did You Know, we went over the FMG mobile app. If you are not utilizing the mobile app, it is such a great way to market on the go. But we went through that and how we have an AI tool connected to that can help you write your captions. Oh yeah, I'm seeing in the webinar chat how great the app is. If you haven't downloaded it yet, I will pull up the link, and we will also share in the chat a link so you can download that. It makes the world easy. Like we live with our phones in our hands. So we just shared in the chat. Oh, good. It's such a game changer. I love that. Yay. Okay. So if you're not using the app, there it is. You can go download it. And yes, there is a recording of the mobile app event. We will share it right here in the chat. So you can go and check on it. And it also lives in our YouTube page. So you can go follow our YouTube page where we post all of our Did You Knows. So if there's ever a topic that you're looking to learn more about, maybe we've done it in the past or we are doing it, we can add it to the future. So what we're going to cover today, creating a new client welcome series. How, of course, our automations, right? How can we automate some of these things? Strategic tagging within our CRM, and how can we personalize this process? And so I like numbers. I like stats. My husband might not agree when he says numbers because I don't stay in budget, but that's a whole nother issue. Anyways, firms with a structured onboarding process experience, 50% greater new client retention. That I think speaks for itself. So that came from advisor growth strategies. And so what is an onboarding process, right? It is a systematic approach to welcoming new clients. We can even incorporate this with old clients. and prospects, and setting up expectations and building trust. It is up to you to provide a world-class experience, something that sets you apart from Joe Schmo advisor across the street. And so first impressions matter. First impressions matter from that first handshake, from the first time they go to your website, from the first time they walk into your office, or maybe log into a Zoom. So we want to establish trust and clarity right from the start. And how do we set those expectations, right? You are the one that gets to set the expectations of the relationship, how your process is going to go. And so clearly defining roles for yourself. And if you have a team, clearly defining roles for your team and responsibilities. And of course, setting goals as we move through. We want to track the success of a onboarding process for our clients. And of course, most importantly, it's all about the client. So we want to reduce anxiety, right? We want them to know exactly where they're going, who they're going to see when they come in for the first time. What can they expect out of a first, second, third meeting, and so forth. So how can we make them feel at ease? The more information they have leading up to a first meeting, an introductory, the more they feel comfortable with you, the more they feel like they know you, and we can put them at ease. We can create a clear process for them. And so 89% of clients say a good onboarding experience is critical to their decision to stay with a firm. And that, I think that's pretty impressive, right? So why should we do this? How does this improve client longevity? How do we create raving fans? And we have the onboarding process, and if it's positive, it really sets the tone. It starts with a bang. Everyone is excited, right? When you first meet with a client, that's when they're excited. And so we want to start with a bang. We want to have a positive onboarding experience, and we want to personalize this experience, right? We want to tailor our services to them, right? In a perfect world, we could rinse and repeat everything, but everyone wants a personalized experience these days. So how can we foster that sense of partnership that you and clients are a team coming together? And of course, client satisfaction, making sure regularly measuring and addressing those client needs, making sure they're happy, making sure we're communicating to them on a regular basis. And of course, proactive communication. We want to also think about the ways that which they communicate and their preferences and style and frequency. Okay, so I'm curious in the chat, does anyone utilize a new client survey? Is anyone asking their current clients today how often they would like to be communicated to? What is their form or their preference of communication, right? Is it email? Is it phone? Is it a text, right? We now have approved text messaging platforms like MyRepChat. And so providing something as simple as this can be a question you ask in your first meeting. This would be awesome to implement because now we are speaking their language. We are talking to them the way they would like to be talked to. And so implementing a couple quick questions. Hey, what form of communication? If we're working with partners, spouses, hey, who's the communicator here, right? There's normally one or the other. And how often would you like to hear from me? Is it weekly? Is it biannually? Is it monthly, right? Ask them these simple questions and you're setting the tone for successful communication. And of course, loyalty, right? We want to build raving fans. We want to encourage them to referral. And so a client survey is a great place to start. And then offering incentives long-term, like client appreciation events, showering them with surprise and delights throughout the year always are great. And so let's start out. This is like the first thing. So take a screenshot of this. I think that would be a great place to start, but let's talk about when we first have a new client, right? And I'm going to say contact management and pre-meeting. Those are the first two levels we're looking at. And you guys bear with me. I have so many ideas. And so I was trying to put them all into a very clear and concise manner. And so hopefully this is nice and clean for you all. I put a lot of time into this. But contact management, right? When we first receive a referral or we first meet a new client or prospect, the first thing we do is add that contact either to FMG or if you have one of our approved synced CRMs like Wealthbox or Redtail, I'm going to add those to the CRM. So that's like first and foremost. And I want to gather as much information as possible. And of course, then I want to assign to groups. So our assigning of groups is paramount in this process because that's what allows for us for ongoing success with our communication. So within FMG, I'm going to assign them to groups. Your groups could be something like new client. It could be something like current client, prospect. And so we have an old Did You Know where we talk about that. We can share that here in the chat, or you can visit our YouTube page. And so, hey, we have this new contact. I'm going to add them into FMG or our CRM, whichever one. If you have a CRM, your CRM will always be your source of truth. We're going to assign them to groups, and then we are going to send an introduction email to them. That introduction email you can create as a template within FMG and say, hey, this is who I am. These are the services we provide. I'm looking forward to meeting you. And I have an example of one that lives within the content library that we'll look at here in a second. Next, pre-meeting, right? So we're thinking about pre-meeting. We want to send them that pre-meeting email. Hey, this is where we're located. Tell them about parking. Let them know if there's an elevator, let them know which office is yours, right? We're the first on the left through the glass doors. Be very specific. Again, we want to put them at ease, or maybe it's a virtual meeting, right? We're all moving towards virtual meetings. Give them very clear examples of how, or give them a clear example of how they can log into the webinar and what they can expect and about how long that email is, or that meeting. Again, when I was thinking about this, I was actually thinking a lot about when you go to the dentist, right? You get that appointment confirmation, you get a little postcard. It's time for your annual, biannual checkup. And then you go in, and before you're getting that confirmation. So I took a lot of notes actually from the medical world as I was thinking about this and how do we create that experience? Something that I've seen that a lot of you have done is create a video in these emails. What a great, it doesn't have to be a really long video, a 20-second snippet and say that, hey, this is who we are. When you come in for the first time, you'll meet my amazing team. Someone will be at the front desk to greet you, and we look forward to meeting you, right? A quick video. Show of hands in the chat if anyone has an intro video. And if you want to share it with everyone, that would be super cool if you have it on YouTube or something. But what a great way to create a welcoming experience. I love, okay, maybe my dental thing wasn't a great idea, but I love the comments in the chat. That is hilarious. And then what you can do is you can take a pre-written email that we either have in the content library, which I'll show you here in a second, or you can create your own template. Again, we want to make this you. And so we want all of your communications to be a direct reflection of you and your personality and all the great work you do. And so now we're leading up to that first meeting, right? And so what is that warm greeting? And are you offering an office tour? Something that I've seen people do is like they have fresh baked cookies, right? Because the smell of fresh baked cookies, people remember that, and it's a nice smell. But in the chat, what are some of the things that you guys do to offer a warm greeting? Do you have fresh flowers? Do you have your four-legged friend to greet them? What is something? Oh, scones. I love that. Man, Holly, that sounds delicious. I could use a scone right now. But yeah, what are some of those things that, again, create a memorable experience? Would love to see them. A smile. That is perfect. A smile is free too. We love that. Office doggos and fresh flowers, fresh baked cookies, snacks, tissues, candy jar, perfect, right? All things that are needed and create an experience. And then we want to, again, implement that survey. So we want to establish their communication preferences and sequences. I got myself ahead of myself, as I sometimes do. And within that first meeting, it is one of the biggest things that you can do to create success is schedule out future meetings as well while you are there. Say, hey, what does your schedule look like? These are the goals we're looking to achieve. Let's go ahead. What does your calendar look like? Let's get these in. I know life is busy. I know the kids have sports and whatnot, but what days work best for you, right? Start to answer these questions and set up these meetings in advance so that they know what to expect. Yeah, and I love that you guys are sharing some of your videos. Good job. I can't wait to watch them after this. And then, of course, this is something, if you are not implementing this into your practice, it is one of my favorite things, a simple thank you note. Thank you so much for coming in. Looking forward to all the great work we get to do. See you next month, Elise. So a thank you note, you can find our greeting cards in FMG, and you can utilize these $2.75. Great way to set a lasting impression. So here is an example. This lives within the content library. And oh, look at that, Christy. You give out a small note tablet with sticky notes inside and a pen. Awesome, right? That's swag. What? Okay, so let's put it in the chat. What are some of the swag items you guys give away? Or this is one that I was thinking about as well. What is a swag item you have received that you thought was memorable? Pens are a great one. I was literally looking for a pen earlier, couldn't find one. Oh, a tote bag. That's nice. Branded. Oh, a Yeti tumbler. That's nice. Love that. Yeah, coffee cups, right? People love swag. People love something that they can take away. Coffee cups are great because they're going to then take it to work. Simple marketing right there. Sunscreen for travel. Ooh, a leather embossed travel tag. Cool. You're right. Great marketing. When they're traveling, they take their travel tag with them. Welcome gift, wine tumblers. Man, you guys are all awesome. How fun. Okay, so this message right here, this is an example of a new client welcome message. And it says, welcome to our family. That's warm. That's great. We're honored that you've chosen us to guide your financial decisions. Your goal are the heart of our business. We look forward to learning more, right? You can take this, you can use as is, or come in and make it your own. Add your own spin to it. Brand it so it is a reflection of you. Really, really neat. Oh, you guys have such playing cards. That is fun. Everyone needs cards. Grocery bag. Cool. Good swag, you guys. And then the welcome kit. So there is a downloadable. This is a premium feature, but this downloadable is designed to help you create that perfect welcome kit for your new clients. So this lives within the content library under downloadable section. And if you have any questions about how to use downloadables, we just added that to the chat, but this kit walks you through what you can incorporate, what you can add, how to brand it. And so this is great for client meetings, that client onboarding, help you put together that welcome kit. So that lives within the content library. So if you're logged in right now, go check it out. And then the greeting card. So show of hands in here with who has used our greeting cards. Anyone? These are like my favorite. They're on, so we take care of sending these for you. They are on cardstock. That looks good. It's a handwritten note. You can see in this here, you can automate birthday cards. So when you get a new client, you add them into just turn on your automated birthday cards. Yes, we love them too. And they are affordable, $2.75. I talk about this all the time, but I'm like, if you've ever purchased a Hallmark card these days, they are so expensive. So $2.75 is awesome. So these are our greeting cards. We have them for every milestone. So again, thinking about our clients when we're meeting with them for the first time, what are some of their milestones? Do they want to buy a house? Yes, you can choose different cards. We have so many cards in here for every holiday, milestone, life event. $2.75 does include postage. And so these cards are really nice way to surprise and delight. But again, part of that survey, part of that first meeting, we should be taking notes. What are some of these milestones? Are they about to have a baby? Do they have someone graduating? Are they about to retire? We can during your onboarding process, schedule out these milestones, schedule out these cards. So after our first meeting, new client, right? We are now going to schedule out our new client onboarding email sequence, which lives in the content library. That's what I'll be demoing today. And we want to, of course, schedule out our future meetings. And pro tip, like if you're using a email or an appointment scheduler, like a Bookings or a Calendly, you can automate those reminder emails directly from those calendar platforms. And then, of course, we want to make sure that this contact is assigned to groups, and those groups are associated with email automations, and those automations are turned on. So show of hands if you guys use some of these automations, and maybe what's your favorite in here. But again, set it and forget it. We want to then set up our future communications for ongoing success. And we don't want to forget about the social aspect. So a part of your onboarding experience, make sure that we are adding our new clients to our LinkedIn network so that they're seeing all the great stuff you're posting. We want to invite them to follow your social media business pages, your business LinkedIn, your business Facebook. If the others are approved for you, always check with compliance. But if you have Instagram or X or YouTube, whatever else is out there, right? Create some messaging around that. Encourage them to follow so you can, one, help your expansion of your social network and your reach. And you can then also be able to communicate with them in many different facets. And of course, now we also have the surprise and delight. I talk about this all the time, but a welcome gift. We talked about all the awesome swag you guys have that you guys provide. And if you don't, maybe you want to consider that. And it can be something as simple as a handwritten thank you note, but schedule out those greeting cards and those milestones, because again, no one expects to receive a greeting card in the mail these days, especially one with a personal message. And if you haven't set up some sort of referral program, have you thought about that? Does anyone here, show of hands in the chat, provide a referral gift? And if so, what is it? Or how do you thank your current clients who have provided a referral? Just curious. I've seen a lot of ones. Sometimes it's as simple as, a bottle of wine, or just a thank you card is really great. Starbucks gift card. And of course, these all have to be approved, and we're following the rules, of course. Oh, Garrett's popcorn. Yum. Starbucks gift cards to local businesses. Love that. Supporting local, a donation to their favorite charity. That's really neat. Cool. Okay. Love these ideas that are just coming in. And then of course we want to think about ongoing. So when we have that new client, we're going to add them to a group that we know we will invite to a client appreciation event. We want to invite them to future webinars as well. So when we have a new client that comes in, they're added to the FMG, they're added to our groups. We're scheduling out our future. We send them, they get our new welcome kit. We know their communication preferences, and we're adding them to social, and we're scheduling out our emails. It's as easy as pie, right? No problem. But so let's take a look at the new client welcome sequence that we have. So our new client welcome sequence is 6 emails long, and you can use as is, but what I encourage you all to do is to come in and create your own and edit this. This is what we'll demo here in a second, but just a quick preview. And this is what it looks like. And it has really thoughtful language in it. And our Do It For Me even has in a elevated new client welcome sequence. So that is something that our Do It For Me clients have access to. And how can we personalize our messaging? This is one I threw out some ideas, and of course in the chat I would love to hear what your personalizations are. But how can we personalize our new client welcome sequence? The email sequences can be sent out by group or by specific email. In this case, I would suggest this is going out to a one-on-one basis. So you can create an email sequence, you can save it as a template and reuse it time and time again. But I mentioned how we can personalize these. And these are some of the ways that you can personalize some of those 6 emails, or you can create as many as you'd like. But one is we want to get social, right? Invite them, maybe an email too. Hey, so glad we're working together. If you haven't seen us on social, feel free to follow us. Use video. I mentioned video earlier. Do another video introducing your team or anything like that. You can introduce your staff. You can introduce who they might meet, a value add video, something for them to think about. Another way that we can personalize these are multimedia. FMG Library has ebooks that you can pull from, and you can brand them. Provide an ebook for them that matches their criteria, their demographic, their occupation. You can encourage them to listen to your podcast, or if you have a YouTube page, show hands if anyone has a podcast, and share it. Feel free to share it in the webinar chat. We would love to check out your podcast. And yes, yeah, we'll see. So Aaron just asked a question. Does anyone currently do podcasts or YouTube videos? We're entertaining the idea. It is a great idea. So everyone in the chat, feel free to chime in with your link, and we can share some of your great ideas and see what all you're doing. And we will go into editing these sequences here in a little bit. And so I'll show that. Another thing that you can do to personalize this new welcome sequence is philanthropy, right? What organizations are near and dear to your heart and your firms, and what do you do in the community, right? What a great way to showcase the work you do outside the office in a philanthropic manner. And then one of my favorites as I talk about this is the chief rollover officer. Hey, meet our 4-legged friend. This is Fluffy, our chief rollover officer. Everyone loves to see a cute picture in their mailbox. So just some fun ways for you to personalize these welcome sequences. And so thinking about appointment reminders. Again, these are something that you can schedule out your future meetings. And so I suggest you integrate with some sort of scheduling software. So find a reminder solution that integrates, so like a Calendly or a Bookings or whatever is approved for you, of course, and offer multiple reminder channels. So again, asking them, hey, do you want to receive these reminders via email, phone, or text message, right? You can use an approved My Rep chat or something like that. You can send them, and you have a cancellation policy, right? Hey, is there a cancellation window? Do you provide a cancellation fee? Are there adjustments for holidays? And of course, every single time you send something, provide a call to action. How can they confirm? How can they reschedule? Where can they find more information? All really important. And so now, if we're thinking about our onboarding process, how can we make it even more simple? Well, first and foremost, we're going to use FMG to automate and send our templates and our sequences and our email automations. Second, we're going to use technology, right? Your website can be a great resource. Your website can hold your client logins, your e-signatures for paperwork, or where they can log in to access those, right? Your CRM can be a great resource to help track all of these interactions, and utilizing an approved texting platform. Okay, I have a statistic here. Okay, when advisors send an approved text message to follow up on paperwork requests previously sent by email, they often see documents completed and returned within 5 minutes. Talk about making your process more efficient. So utilizing approved text messages, of course, and offering value, offering educational pieces are so important. So again, providing webinars, utilizing these ebooks, utilizing the timely content within the FMG content library, and utilizing some of those tools like our quizzes and our calculators on there. Also, ask for feedback throughout your process. Maybe in the middle is a great time, or maybe after they sign some of their first plan, whatever it might be. Ask for feedback. Provide either a post onboarding survey. Ask what you can do better. Implementing suggestions, right? make sure that they feel heard and they are a part of your process as well. All right, let's jump in to, yes, Patrick, that is great. People love to be asked for their opinion and they will happily provide it. And if it's a good one, ask for them to maybe give you a 5-star review as well. We have to ask everyone, of course, so make sure you're following the rules there. But let's jump into our demo. So where can I find the new client email sequence? Okay, so I'm in the content library here. Show of hands, everyone can see my screen. It looks okay. Yay. You can see our beautiful dashboard. And I'm going to come over here. There's a lot of ways that we can find it. But actually, I want to do a quick, before we get into that, I want to show you guys something. You may have already seen it, but we just added, if you come over to email and you come to your sent and scheduled section, here we have a new and improved email analytics for you. So if you haven't seen these yet, these are awesome because again, we're thinking about our emails going out. We're talking about creating a world-class client onboarding experience. And part of that is checking our emails and seeing how they're performing. And so we just updated this so you can see at a quick glance what emails you have scheduled, what emails were delivered, your open rate, your click-through rate, your unsubscribe rate, and bounce rate. Okay, so write these numbers down. I should have put them, but just for your own benchmarking. So the average open rate within our industry is 26.48%. If you're higher than that, great job. If you're lower, no worries, we can work on that. And the average click-through rate, so again, you can use these as a benchmark, is 2.7. And the unbounce average is 4.27. And if you have an unsubscribe, the average we see is 0.16%. So I just give you those numbers as some benchmarks so you can come in, log into your dashboard and see how you stack up to industry averages. And of course, hopefully we are rocking and rolling and just like blowing those averages out of the water. The averages, again, I'll say them one more time. The average open rate is 26.48%. The click-through rate is 2.7%. The bounce rate is 4.27, and the unsubscribe is 0.16. I just pulled those numbers. I was doing a presentation, and so I thought those were good for you guys to see and kind of some good benchmarks for you to check on. All right, so now let's go to the email sequence, and I'm going to come over here to content library, and I am going to see that I'm going to come to emails, and you will see within my library, I may or may not, I will probably have more content than you. I have all the bells and whistles turned on. So I have the Do It For Me program and the premium content. So if you might not be seeing something, it's because I have all the bells and whistles. And I swear things only go slow if I'm on a webinar, but here we go. Within the content library, we can use the filters. I'm just going to come down here to email sequence, and we are going to and we are going to filter by email sequence, and we are going to be looking at our new sequence and how to edit it. And so here, oh good, we have some great, and everyone got those numbers. And if you want to see who unsubscribed, you can always go in and click on the email, and you can get a list of the people who unsubscribed. Okay, and of course, sometimes things don't always go the way they, here we go. Emails go the way you plan. They go a little bit slow, but that is no problem. We will keep on moving. Here we go, emails, and then I'm just going to type in new client, and we can see, oh, thank you. Bella just shared in the chat those averages, and those are for our industry specifically. And I'm just going to type in new client, and so we can see what pops up. And Okay, here we go. Finally. So we have a new client welcome sequence. This is the one we'll be looking at, and I'm going to use this. And so here I'm going to come in. And so this is a series of 6 emails that go out within a period of time. So the difference between a sequence and an automation, a sequence has a beginning and an end, and automation goes on for however long. And so we can come in, we can edit this sequence, we can come in and edit the amount of days in between. And then we're going to take into consideration some of those personalizations. We want to invite them to follow us on social media. We want to make sure that your Calendly or your scheduling link is there. And we're going to keep going through the presentation while I wait for everything else to load. And then we'll come back because, again, I want this to be a really good use of your time. And so while we're waiting for everything to load, we're going to go to recommended content coming up for the month of October. And if you guys haven't seen this already, we have released, this is like maybe our 2nd or 3rd month that it is now. We have a 10-minute marketing calendar. This is sent out monthly from the last week of every month. And it includes email marketing, automations, social posts, downloadables. So if you have started using this 10-minute marketing calendar, it's really great. It's a great one glance. You can click on each one of these and easily implement them. So look for an email coming soon for the October 10-minute marketing calendar. And thinking about October, thinking in advance, some of that content coming up. And the DIFM gets a different calendar. So DIFM gets a different calendar. And so our content holidays, right? We have Halloween, Indigenous Peoples Day, Rosh Hashanah. So some really great ones coming. And more things coming up in October. So Medicare open enrollment, what a great thing to be able to communicate, national financial planning, cybersecurity awareness, and Social Security COLA awareness. And then FAFSA application, Secure Act 2.0. So hopefully you're writing these down. Of course, we'll send them afterwards and they will be included in that 10-minute marketing calendar that we can add. Okay, good news. We can now go back to our email sequence. So now I'm coming in here and I'm going to select edit sequence. It's going to say, are you sure? And I'm going to say yes. And now I come in. And so here is that first email. And I can simply click this edit button. And I'm going to click edit. And it will open up all of the editing features that you are used to seeing within your email builder. And then I can change the amount of days in between and all of that. And of course, it is going so slow today. I apologize. It only happens on webinars, you guys. That's just how it goes. And so we also, if you guys aren't utilizing an improved text messaging feature, we have our My Rep Chat, which is really helpful. I didn't know this. The average person in the US completes 6 phone calls a day, but sends and receives 32. That's really interesting. And if you haven't downloaded the FMG mobile app, you can do that here. And then, okay, so this is one of our giveaways today. I'm giving away a free marketing consultation. And so I am going to launch a poll if you would like to be entered into receiving a marketing consultation. We're going to pick one lucky random winner, and we're going to spend some time and we'll go through the dashboard and we'll see what you have going on. I want to hear all about your practice and what you're doing and what some of your goals are. So if you'd like to be entered to win, would love to see you. And so we'll pick one person at random and all right. Okay, I'll give it like 10 more seconds. All right. And now next, today's giveaway. So everyone for attending today, you are going to get one of our Do It For Me emails. And so this one is a request for a family meeting. This is one of our Do It For Me's that was given to our Do It For Me program earlier in the summer. And this was one of our first or this is not one of our first, this is one of our best performing emails as far as open rates go and responses. And so this is a really nice letter. So everyone is getting this right here. And someone just asked for that, the mobile app. There it is. And the next, okay, so client onboarding, if you guys want to put in the chat, maybe something you took away from our conversation today, something you learned, something you're most excited about. Oh, yay. We had someone say that letter got such good results. Cool. And everyone will receive that letter today. And also, if you are someone that is interested in our Do It For Me program and you would like to have our team reach out to you, we would be happy to. So I will go ahead and just launch a quick poll. And if you are interested in having someone from FMG reach out to you to learn more about our Do It For Me program, feel free to fill out this poll. And I will stick around for a question or two. Oh, good. Welcome packet. Yay. I can't wait to see. And you guys add me on social media. I would love to see the social posts you're creating. I would love to see, I can't wait to go back through the chat and see what YouTube videos and podcasts and read all the great swag items, a welcome video. If you guys are created a welcome video, please share it with us. Send it to marketing@fmgsuite.com and save the date, of course. The save the date, is coming up for our next Did You Know? We have some really fun things that we can't wait to share with you. And so October 23rd, add it to your calendar. Come join me for another Did You Know? And of course, if you're looking to upgrade or if you have questions, most importantly, if you have questions, we want to answer them. And we received all the ones in the chat and in the Q&A. And if for whatever reason we didn't get back to you right away, we will be happy to reach out and get you more information. But first and foremost, thank you, everyone. I hope this was valuable. I enjoyed spending my time with you and look forward to that recording. This will also be sent out. And give us a good review on these. We love this. We want to keep them going. And if there's something you would like to see in the future, please let us know. This is one of the one that you guys requested. And so you ask and you shall receive. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you at our next one. And hopefully you guys give us all a bunch of thumbs up and we'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone. See ya.